All right, welcome back to episode 10 of Thoughts in Stereo.
What's up?
The social media episode.
Yeah.
Nick, how is your week going so far?
My week's great. It's Thursday today? Yeah, Thursday.
Yes,
Almost
it is.
at the weekend.
Does it matter? Does the weekend matter for a producer?
No.
So then why would you say that?
For me, it matters because you know what? I'm going home today and all day tonight and all day tomorrow
Home where?
to my house.
Okay.
Yeah, to my home. And I'm packing up
I wish
my
I knew.
studio.
Oh, you've given
Yeah.
up.
I've given up.
We all saw it coming.
I've thrown in the towel.
We've all saw it coming.
I'm getting ready for the move, for the big move. So I gotta
Tell the listeners where you're moving.
moving to Los Angeles, California.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gushness.
Gushness. That's a good one.
Why? How long are you moving there for?
For right now, a year. I want to be back here every 2 months though, every 8 weeks, because
It's like you're going away for school.
I love Toronto. Yeah, exactly. It's like I'm going away for school, but I love Toronto too much to leave it for a long period of time.
Who are you moving in with?
My brother and my girlfriend.
Do you have a girlfriend?
Yes.
Let's talk about your girlfriend.
Yeah, I'd love to talk about her.
Award-winning songwriter,
Correct. Singer
singer
songwriter,
and
yeah.
songwriter, pardon me,
No, it's okay.
in
Belgium.
That's
She won
right.
Song of the Year last year in Belgium. Her name is Veronica. She won with a song called In the Mood with this guy, Henry PFR.
Was she in the mood when she was with Henry
I
PFR?
hope not.
Do you think that she'll be in the mood when you guys are in Los Angeles together?
Yeah. In the mood to write hits.
Ooh, that's like such a fire boyfriend girlfriend.
Oh, man.
It's like
It's really good.
you do the beat and you're like, "Hey babe,
Mhm.
come over here and do like
There's-
this top line on
You
it."
know what's funny? When we first started dating, I thought this isn't going to, I don't know how this is going to go over. We're going to clash because we're in the same industry, blah, blah.
Yeah, a lot of people are
All
afraid
this-
of that.
Yeah, but it's the complete opposite. Because now I'll be in a session
Mhm.
and she'll drop by my house to say what up or drop off food or whatever it is. And we'll be like, oh shit, can you come in here quickly, record this thing? We need a female part. And
Wow.
there's been a lot of things. And now actually yesterday I just wrapped up a dub song that happened on.
Really?
And now she's got a feature with them. Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah,
Does she
it's-
live close to you right now?
She pretty much lives with me now. It's kind of,
It's kind of saucy, Nick.
she's just there all the time.
Listen, for all our viewers out there, Nick is of a legal age. He's allowed to live with a girl.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the cootie virus anymore.
I'm with legal age.
I never said with.
I thought you said illegal age.
No, I'm said you're of legal age.
That's what I meant.
think.
That's what I meant.
Now I have to rewind and listen. I was gonna ask you something. How'd you guys meet?
Oh, we met in elementary school.
No,
Yeah. Well, I didn't really know her.
you guys met there, though.
Yeah. She's 2 years older than me. Her sister's my age.
Gotcha.
So I went to high school with her sister. She went to a different high school.
Mhm.
Veronica did.
Mhm.
And then we've always I've always had her on Instagram and saw that we both saw that each other were doing music.
Mhm.
And then 2 years ago, we were in LA at the same time by
Mhm.
chance, and I was like, "Oh shit, I have nothing to do tonight. Let's meet up for a drink." And I went
DM'd
with one
her?
of my buddies. Yeah.
And then you guys just met up for a drink.
And we met up for a drink and hung out. Then we ended up doing a session, coming back to Toronto, doing a bunch of sessions in Toronto.
Wow.
I told her, "Oh, you got to come back and recut these vocals." She recut the same vocals 4 times because I just tried to get her come over and recut vocals.
Oh my God, you sly
Slimy,
dog.
Whatever.
So that's
It worked.
interesting, and of course this wasn't rehearsed. We didn't rehearse this conversation.
No.
That is a perfect segue into our topic today.
Yeah.
You kind of started your relationship through Instagram.
Yeah.
Not
so
really.
today we're going to be teaching you how to start a relationship.
We're going to teach you how to slide into the DMs today. Real easy. But today we're doing the social media episode. How social media can impact your career, your life. How can you use it to your full advantage? And, social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, ? I don't know. And then email as well.
Yeah.
Because email,
That
it's not
counts.
social media, but you're conducting business over the internet. And the argument on whether or not the face-to-face aspect of music is still as important now that it's so much easier to talk to someone or to connect to someone over the internet. So I was priming myself to say a third topic, but that's it. So the face-to-face and the social media importance. Am I missing anything?
No.
Yeah. So,
You said traveling here.
oh, traveling. That's
Yeah.
I knew I was forgetting something. And traveling. So whether or not you say you live. So for us, for example, we live in Toronto. I just said it like an American, Toronto. Whether or not it's important for producers here, artists here to travel to, Atlanta, LA,
Nashville,
Nashville,
New York,
yeah, New
whatever.
York, exactly, all that kind of stuff. Is that still a necessary part of this? Is it still, if you can send an email from the comfort of your bed at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Do you have to pay for a flight ticket to go to LA to essentially do the same thing? A lot of people, question that. I know people for sure. I mean, people in Europe question that a lot.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, yeah.
But it's a very different
Because
thing.
in Europe.
It's like a
yeah.
10-hour flight to LA.
Yeah.
But for me, I guess it depends on the situation.
Yeah. I
do you
have to
think?
agree with that. I think, like, first and foremost, social media, face-to-face is always better
Yeah,
than
I agree.
anything else.
I agree.
Depending what you need to get done,
Mm-hmm.
you could send an email or an Instagram
Yep.
DM or a text, whatever it may be, but they're not going to be on a friend level where you need them to be
Mm-hmm.
to get certain things done
Mhm.
if you're just sending a text.
You mean like your whole relationship is solely based on a text, like on text
like
messaging?
like I'm trying to think of an example. If I'm reaching out to a songwriter that I want to work with in LA,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to get top lines from them
Mhm.
so I can produce around them.
Mhm.
They're just gonna send me whatever top lines that they've sent to 100 other people.
Mhm.
Or I can go to LA, get in the studio with them. If they're willing to send me top lines, they're willing to get in the studio.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Usually, yeah.
I rather go be a part of the whole song
Yes.
instead of like, here, take this thing, we'll work on it separately.
Yeah.
We've never met.
I think usually you get the best results.
Yeah,
in
if
the
you're
person.
in the room.
Yeah. I agree with your take on that. I definitely agree with
Yeah.
that. I think in person is very, very important.
Yeah. But like, however, social media for me, I'm not a good social media person. I wish I was. That's the main reason I didn't want to be an artist in the end.
Because you just weren't like.
Was just because I can't, like, social media now
Mm-hmm.
is more than 50% of what you have to do to be an artist.
It's all about the branding and your
Yeah.
your brand. I guess that's
Yeah.
what it is. Your brand.
And, of course, at some point, someone can take over that for you and help you out with it. But in the beginning, it's a long beginning to be doing it yourself. And I got in this to do music, not to be
a social media
a social media
personality.
person. So if I'm doing that more than I was doing music,
Yeah.
it starts to feel like, what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
So I've just always been bad at social media.
I think it really depends on the case. Because you can take a guy like a Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
And Old Boy is great at social media. Great. Twitter, he has it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's funny. He really knows how to work Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
He gets the reactions. He interacts a lot with people. He responds to the memes. He does the memes. He's really in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely think that has helped with his meteoric rise. And, the fact that everyone loves this guy because he's just, on Twitter, just seems like a regular degular. He's out here tweeting memes, interacting with anyone that mentions his name. Not anyone. I mean, there's tons of people mentioning his name, but like for the most part, like you don't have to be a celebrity for you to get a response from him.
Yeah.
It could be like just a regular person who tweeted something about him
that
was funny and caught his ear, and he was like, or caught his eye, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like I'll respond to that."
I think it's just like being present.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you being active.
Being active, being present, but people are gonna think of you more. If there's an opportunity on the table, someone that follows you on Instagram, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
They know you. They know what you do
Mhm.
every day because you're active on social media. They know your ability. They know who you're working with. They know your worth, type of thing. If there's an opportunity that happens in LA or anywhere,
Yeah, of course.
they have a higher probability of thinking of you for that opportunity.
Yes.
If you're constantly active. This sounds
No, you're right.
I'm having a hard time explaining this.
Let me help you out
Yeah.
there. So there's this producer that I know named Mike Hector. Talented producer,
Mhm.
great guy. I'm not in no way what I'm about to say. Am I saying that his success is a reflection on his social media?
Yeah.
He's a talented, hardworking producer, and that's the facts. But he's so good at being on social media. He's great on Twitter. He does the hot takes. He does, he'll tweet funny stuff. He's just a real ass dude that people can relate to.
What's his name?
Mike Hector, Mikehctr. I believe. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
got it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So great producer. And then Instagram, his work ethic, he displays it. That's the thing. He has a great work ethic. He's always working, and he always puts it on his social media. And he doesn't boast about it. He doesn't, gloat about it. He doesn't say, look how hard I'm working. He just, either it's an Instagram post or a tweet. Usually it's his Instagram stories. He's just consistently in the studio all the time, working.
Yeah.
And people see that. And people say, damn, Mike's still working. Like, he's always working, da-da-da-da. And then he does this thing on his Instagram where he just takes pictures of the food he eats. Like, it's just like a random thing, but it's consistency is what gets people's attention. He consistently posts these pictures of his sandwiches from Mendocino Farms or wherever he's eating at. And it's just like, now it's a thing. They're like, oh, this is the Mike Hector thing. He always posts the food, even though like tens of thousands of other people post food.
Yeah.
But like, he's just consistent with it.
Yeah.
And people know him from his work ethic, and then they see the post and they're like, oh, there's the Mike Hector. Like, that's
like you get known for it. I have a buddy of mine. Actually, it's my cousin's husband. His name's Chris. He's the guy that I told you owns the coffee shop.
Gotcha. Shout out Chris.
Shout out Chris. Shout out Safe House.
Shout out. Oh, right here.
Yeah, right here.
Display it. It's for the camera. He has it. That was not planned.
That was not planned either.
He just loves Safe House.
I do. He does this thing whenever him and his wife go shopping, like grocery shopping.
Yep.
He'll post a picture of all the food on the counter when he's paying, and he'll go like a poll over or under, and then he'll put the number like 186 or something. And it's like done. Like he's not trying to promote anything. He's not trying to. He's just like funding.
It gets you
for
engaged.
People that follow him.
Yeah.
But now everyone like actually like if he goes grocery shopping and he doesn't post it, people are like, "Yo, man, where's like the weekly like
where's
thing?
Yeah,
like, I want to do it. Like I want to guess. Give it to me."
That's the thing. It's such a
It's
menial
simple thing.
It's such a mundane thing to do. How much do you think my groceries cost this week? Over under this number.
Yeah.
And it's like when you think about it, it's like, who cares? But at the end of the day, you have all these people.
It's something to engage.
Yes, that's the thing. Like posting on social media is great. But if you really want to be successful, you got to get that engagement up.
Yeah.
Those polls are super necessary. Those little, like the questions that you just said, and just engaging with people. Somebody sends you a DM, talk to them back.
Yeah.
Like, don't just
never,
like it.
even if they're like, "This is dope," don't like not reply.
Yeah. It's like, hey, thanks. Like, appreciate that. Like, as far, even that.
Yeah.
Like,
send a GIF. Takes 5 seconds.
Literally.
It's hilarious. People are always like, "Oh my god, that's jokes."
That's a classic GIF.
Yeah.
GIF. It's a GIF, by the way. Don't
It's
ever say GIF
fucking
ever
GIF.
again. Don't ever say that ever again.
I always thought it was GIF.
No, it's actually funny. Sidetrack. The creator of the GIF went and won an award, and he didn't do a speech. His award speech, quote unquote, was a GIF of, and it's pronounced GIF. Like, that's what it was.
Oh, that's jokes.
Unless it was edited, but I've seen footage of it. I'm pretty sure that actually happened.
That's funny.
But that was
I like
his
that.
award speech. No words, just it's pronounced
What
GIF.
award did you win?
He won some like internet, like you've created something that has greatly impacted the internet. You know, one of those ones.
Yeah.
One of those ones. Everyone wins one of those. Yeah, it's such a casual thing. But yeah, so it's like, if you post something, and I don't always do this. Sometimes I do it. Like if I post a post on Instagram and people comment on it, I'll like all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll respond.
I always like all the comments.
I like it. It's classic. So, but for me, responding, it's like bloody hell. Like 100+ comments, like respond to each one, and then I feel like if I respond to only a few of them, other people are gonna get sad that I didn't respond to them.
Exactly.
So I'm like, I'm just not gonna respond to anybody, and just you call it a day. But I'll engage people on my stories because it's easier because you might have less people sending you a DM or doing a little poll or whatever. Same with Twitter, like doing the polls on Twitter, or asking a controversial question on Twitter, like just gets your name out there. And I know a lot of people who do that, and that's what you can do beyond making music that gets your notoriety up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
So I think in that sense,
like I've never thought that my life is interesting enough to be posting on stories about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because like my real life, I'm in the studio in my basement.
Yeah, all the time.
It's the same room all the time. If I post it every day, people are gonna be like, "Oh, he probably just posted the same picture from yesterday." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but that's what Mike does. Mike, every day when he walks into his studio, there's like a big mirror. He rents a room in like a complex in LA.
Yeah.
And there's like a big mirror. And every day when he walks in, he takes a picture. He doesn't stop. It's just a picture of him walking past the mirror.
Yeah.
So you see that he's walking to this. Like you get the he's going to the studio.
Yeah.
Almost every single time that he goes to the studio, he posts
Yeah.
that picture. It could be the same picture from 5 days ago. It doesn't matter because you know that he's still going to the studio because you know that he's always working.
Yeah. I need something like that.
You just do it. Just every day. Hey, still here. Hey, here. Just post a little timestamp. That's the classic. People love that.
Yeah.
Like you,
especially when it's late. People
they're
love.
like,
People love
5 a.m.
People love the 5 a.m.
Yeah.
LA
They're like,
timestamp.
literally, they're like, ooh, it's spooky hours, baby. Let's go. Scary hours. What are you working on, Nikki? What are you working on?
Yeah.
5 a.m.
Oh yeah.
Means you must be working on something important if you're staying up that
I'm
late.
guilty of that for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? I'm guilty of a few other things, but definitely not that. But we'll talk about that off air. Anyways, in my opinion, though,
Yeah.
the best way that you can maintain and build a relationship is the in-person meeting, because when you meet in person, so many things come out that you cannot do over the internet. Body language, facial expressions, tone of voice, personality, even
Tone can get.
Tone can get misconstrued very easily.
Oh yeah.
On emails.
Oh yeah.
Like very easily.
We were talking about one this morning.
Yes, we were.
I was like, how do I read this?
Yeah,
dude?
like how does this read?
Or like there just are some people that text one word answers.
Yes.
And they don't mean to be
They
mean.
don't exactly.
Like I know some people that they're the coolest people to hang out with.
And just one
You have
word
so much fun.
Yeah.
But as soon as you text them, you're like, oh, don't like
Are
this
they
guy.
mad today?
Yeah.
They don't like me?
Yeah.
Then you meet up with them again, it's all smiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that's the thing. So like when you're in person, you have such a better idea of like how someone's feeling, and then that you can sell yourself so much better.
Yeah.
It's just such an important thing, and then you're going to be on their mind, and it's so like, dude, there's countless times where I've emailed someone and I've like started how am I saying this? I've introduced myself over Instagram, email, Twitter, whatever, and then I've gone kind of lukewarm responses, whatever.
Yeah.
Then I meet them in person, game changer.
Yeah.
It's like then I get the responses, snap.
Yeah, because you know how to do that in person with people.
Yeah,
We were talking about this last episode too.
Yeah, it's just like I said, you pretend like you've been best friends your whole life.
Yeah.
And it's like with people, it's like, but even if you don't, so say like, for example, in my opinion, or in my case as well, I have in hip hop right now, there's a huge subset of producers that make melodic loops or like melodies for producers to just put drums on and whatever the case may be. But a lot of the time, in my email, I'm getting 20 of these a day with like 10 loops each email.
My God.
You know what I'm saying? Well, it's an exaggeration,
Yeah,
but I'm
I
saying
got
like
you.
there's a lot of them in my email.
Yeah.
So like, how do I sift through like which one? Like I'll listen to them all, and they're like, "Yo, these ones are dope. I'm gonna use these like da from my email." But when I was in LA, I linked up with one of the guys. He's from Germany. That I hadn't really. He sent me loops, but I hadn't really done much to any of them. And then I linked up with him in LA, and just seeing him, I was like, all right, let's cook up. And then we did like 10 beats on his loops. And then like after that
Sick.
fact, even after I met him, I was like, oh yeah, like he's a dope guy. Like,
Yeah.
let's keep cooking with his loops.
Or like look at it this way, like, tomorrow morning you get again 10 emails with 20 loops each, whatever
Sure.
it was. The one person that sent you, like one of those 10 people that sent you a pack, you were talking to on DM last night.
That's the first one.
And he knew that he was gonna send you that pack the next morning.
Yeah.
So he's chatting you up. You guys are having a good time,
Yeah.
sending gifs back and forth
There you
and
go.
whatever.
Now you got it.
You're gonna open up that one first.
Exactly.
You're gonna be like, oh, that's my boy.
Oh, there's so and so. Let
Yeah.
me just get that one.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
I know
right.
he's dope. I don't need to take a chance on this one. Let's open it.
Yeah.
I know these are gonna be fire.
Exactly. And even if you're like, even if they're maybe not as fire as you would hope, you're like, oh, I like this person.
Yeah.
Because I've met him.
I'm gonna keep listening.
I'm going to
next
keep
time he
listening,
sends
and
it.
I'm just going to make the beat regardless.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
Because I like this person. And that was the thing with him. And I don't know, like, I just get uncomfortable with saying names on podcasts. I don't know if people want me to
okay.
expose their things. I'm not going to say it, but this producer, like, he's a big melody guy, came from Germany. And then I remember, like, I spoke with his team after, and I was like, oh, how did he like LA? It was his first time. He's like, and they were like, yeah, I don't think he's ever coming back. He's
Oh,
like,
shit.
because
Why?
with him, he just does all the melody stuff, right?
Yeah.
So for him to come and just pull up and drop off melodies and not
And then
really be a
dip.
part of the cooking up process,
Yeah,
that's the way he does things. There's no reason for him to come to LA. And that's the thing we were
No.
talking about in your situation. For him, why would he need to come from Germany to LA just to drop off melodies when you could just email them? And I was like,
It's
yeah,
true. Unless you're making the melodies
in person,
the room.
then it
Like-
doesn't matter.
like-
But at the same time, because I saw him, now I'm
Mhm.
more inclined to use his melodies.
For sure.
See, that's the thing.
For sure.
So
it
it's
was
like-
a very beneficial trip for him.
Yeah, because I'm sure everyone else that he linked with, he was there for like 3 weeks. Everyone else that he linked with is probably going to go home and say, damn, like,
That
he's
guy was
fire.
kinda dope, yeah.
I like these loops. I'm going to use them.
Yeah.
But for him, he's thinking to himself, I could have just emailed this. Like, it made no sense for me to fly 10 hours to come here, and I'm not doing anything. And I'm like, buddy,
It's a
but if
long
you didn't
flight.
come here, you would still be another,
Mhm.
person that I like. I know I know you're fire, but I just like haven't gotten around to doing the loops.
Yeah.
Which is why like I like to also cook up with these guys, because it just forces me to use their stuff. Because a lot of
Yeah.
times I'm doing this person, they're like, hey, did you use this pack I sent you? Did you do this? Then I'm like, man, I have like 10,000 things going on. So like, let's do a session and I'll just cook up on your shit.
Yeah.
And that's a definitive way to get it going.
Yeah.
You know
Now
what I'm
it's
saying?
scheduled.
Exactly.
Whereas
Now I
if,
can-
if you schedule in, I got to work on this person's loop by myself. If something comes up during that, you're like, it's by myself anyways. I'll just reschedule
I'm just
it.
gonna do something else.
Yeah.
And then you never get around to it.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
that's I think the plus and the negative of social media, especially for the European guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So do you what do you think? Like, do you think traveling is still important?
I think 100%.
Yeah.
I think that's a special case for him.
Yes, that's a special
You know,
case.
if he's literally just dropping shit off to the studio and leaving, like
What else? Yeah.
for sure he doesn't need to be there. Other than to make that face-to-face connection.
Yep.
Maybe once a year you
Yep.
could go.
Yep.
You know, work with always new people. For me, traveling has gotten so heavy that's why I'm moving to LA. You know, I've been going to LA every 6 to 8 weeks for a year now or so. Where it's just getting to the point of cost is like equaling up to how much it would be to just live there instead without having to do all the travel.
Yeah.
You get so much more stuff done.
Yeah.
And whatever. There's just new opportunity. I feel like,
Well, you're saving on flight costs. You're saving.
Yeah.
You're gaining so
Mhm.
much time.
yeah.
Because if
And-
someone hits you like, "Hey, come to the session,"
Mhm.
and you're like, "I'm in Toronto,"
Yeah, exactly. And that happens a lot.
so yeah,
But like traveling, like I like working with Nashville writers. Nashville writers are really sick.
Good.
for me. Love
Yeah.
it there. If I want to work with them, I'm gonna go there rather than be like, hey, send me songs
yes,
to work on.
especially with writers.
Yeah, it's so much. It's like so much better working in the room with someone because like for sure there's a lot of opportunities that I get sent like, oh hey, this person wants you to work on a song for them. Here's the vocal and here's the idea.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, like I could do like I'm gonna do this, whatever. Sometimes it turns out really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'm just like, yeah, it's kind of cool, but it feels so stale. I don't feel any sort of attachment to the song because I
Mhm.
just like threw down someone else's notes onto this
Yeah,
project.
yeah.
I made it.
You don't really
clean
have
'cause
any
that's
like
what
attachment to it.
Yeah, no. Like if you're in the room writing everything with the person, it's kind of way better.
Yeah.
And if you need to travel for an opportunity, you need to travel for an opportunity.
Sometimes it
Look what Eric said last episode about the manager that he heard like flew
Oh yeah,
across
to
the country,
the resort.
flew to the resort to go into like letting. Also, like he said, that's not
It's a special
expected.
case.
Yeah, that's a special case. But sometimes if things need to get done, they get done. You know, you have to find a way to get them done if you have the means. There's always a way to do something within your means.
Yeah,
You never have to go
he's 100% right.
out of your comfort zone.
Yeah,
Well, in the case of, I don't know how to say
what?
that. I don't know.
Like
I'm
when
saying-
traveling, you mean?
You're traveling, yeah. There's always a way to do it within your comfort zone.
Yeah, there's you know, it's hard because I know for some people though it's like money's tight. They work
Exactly.
3 jobs.
That's what I'm
2
saying.
to 3 jobs, and then it's almost impossible for them to travel.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's a way to do it that's comfortable for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it, and it's sometimes going to take a little bit of time. You got to
Yeah.
work those 3 jobs till you can
Mhm.
save up and then go there.
Mhm.
But I know people like, again, Mike, I keep bringing him up. He's a great example. He moved to LA from Boston with like $200 in his pocket, and he's been living there for the last like 2-3 years almost.
Okay, so this just reminded me. Benny Blanco. He
Who's that?
lived. Benny, do you know? Are you asking me? Oh, I was like, are you asking me? Ask me for them. For those of you who don't know, Benny Blanco's the producer I look up to the most. He's amazing pop producer, hip hop producer, whatever. Overall, amazing creative. He lived. I might get the story wrong. Don't quote me.
Okay.
He lived a little bit outside of New York.
Mm-hmm.
Like a couple hours outside of New York, like a totally different place. and he found an internship in New York at a studio that he would like take a train for like 4 or 5 hours a day and like
Wait,
go
what?
there. Yeah, and like go there for 24 hours.
Like he would take a train 2.5 there, 2.5 back type situation.
No.
One
like,
way?
Like yeah, one way there,
Oh
and then
my goodness.
like be there, stay up for 24 hours, and
then
work, and then go home for like 2 days,
Come on.
and then come back and he would do that like 2 times a week,
Wow.
3 times a week, and like that's the grind. Like
That's
that's him
dedication.
grinding it out.
Yeah, that's dedication.
When I heard that, I was like, that's crazy. I wouldn't do that. Like, but like you have to if that's the situation. Like I'm
you're able
fortunate-
to.
I'm fortunate enough that I didn't have to do that.
Yeah, me too.
I had people around us.
Me too.
You know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I definitely don't want to come off as saying like, oh, it's so easy, just go
Mhm.
travel and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Because both Nick and I were very fortunate to be able to do that. And it's not as easy for some people to travel like that. It's a
Listen,
hard
if-
thing. It's a hard thing to leave behind everything. If you plan on moving, yes, you're leaving behind everything, but it's a hard thing to just, say, hey, 2 or possibly 3 of my jobs, I need this week off to go to LA, and then you're already living paycheck to paycheck, and it's like you're not afforded that luxury.
Yeah.
It's hard. So, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's, as much as traveling is important, it's not the end all be all.
No, like listen, if you have to do stuff over Instagram, Twitter, email, whatever it is, just make sure that you practice at doing that the best
Exactly.
of everyone.
Or you have to be so undeniable that when you send that DM, even if you're not good at social media, you have to be so undeniable that they listen to it, they're like, holy shit.
Like there's just the way it's worded,
Yeah.
the way it's punctuated,
Yeah.
shit like that, like weird. Like it sounds like it's. I don't know.
Just don't be a robot.
Yeah.
Just be personable.
Like don't send the same messages like everyone gets. Like the, hey man,
I know
want
you're
you
not
to
gonna
check
read
out-
this,
Yeah, I
but,
want you to check out my stuff.
Yeah.
No. Like,
I know you're definitely never gonna read this, but I'm actually 15 and I make the most fire beats and like
Yeah.
know who you're sending to, know how to word your stuff, and if you can't travel, come with the most undeniable music like Q Beats. These guys run the game right now for the melodics.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
They run it. Melodics for the last few years
They
had
do a
it
lot
on
of stuff
lock.
with Murder, no?
They do a lot of stuff with Murder.
Yeah.
They do stuff with everyone. But yes,
Yeah,
Murder
yeah.
and
I
them
just
have
know
a great
I see
relationship.
them on.
Yeah,
on
because it was
Murder.
on his Genius.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're from Germany, I think,
Mhm.
or somewhere around there. I know they're like 4 or 5 hours outside of Amsterdam, so it might be Germany. They have never left their country. They do not
Whoa.
travel. They
Really?
do not ever
See,
travel.
perfect example.
They'll go to other European cities. Like
Yeah,
when
yeah,
I was in Amsterdam, they're like, hey, or one of them, Kevin, I think, was like, hey, I'll come and meet you in Amsterdam. It's like a 4-hour train ride.
Oh,
And I was like,
that's
okay,
dope.
fire. But I mean, it didn't end up working out. But just to say, they're willing to go, by
Close
train.
to them.
But to my understanding, as far as I know, and I'm pretty sure that this is correct, they've never come to the U.S. whatsoever.
Wow.
Never. And it's twin brothers. They've never come to the U.S.
Hmm.
And their
They
Instagram,
clearly make it work.
bro, their Instagram is a graveyard of platinum singles. At least 50.
That's fucked.
It's incredible.
Trying
They
to get there.
every album they have a little something on it. And so for them it's like, they made it work cuz they came with that undeniable sound that they were just like, hey, here you go. And then everyone took notice because they came with that fire. So if you're not traveling, that's the level you have to be at
Yeah.
to get people's ears, because then you're just going to blend in if you don't.
Like simply just engaging on people's stories or posts that aren't even music related. I feel like that's the biggest win.
Exactly.
If you just follow like an A&R at Interscope.
Yeah.
And you're trying to get some demos into his inbox. Just like if he's at a cottage fishing with his son, comment, like do some Googling, okay? Best fish in this, blah, 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 whatever. Yo, I heard that the red snapper is the best over there. You know what I mean? Like things like
Hope
that.
you're catching some sturgeons out there.
Yeah,
they're
like-
gonna be like, oh,
But like actually though, because then they're gonna be like, oh shit, this guy knows like what I'm talking about. Oh,
Yeah.
let me hit him back and be like, yeah, I did know I actually caught this fish, and then you have that personal relationship.
and right off the bat, I know a lot of I've done that with a lot of A&Rs, some at Capitol. I hit her up a few times, and then, you know, you just kind of build a relationship on the personal side. Especially, there was this one woman that worked at this headphone company that kind of gave me the hookup after I was just kind of talking to her for a little bit. Like, again, dudes and, you know, both guys and girls at the Capitol office, they're very friendly. They will respond to those kind of things. I just know that from experience. I know other labels are as well, but I've just had such a great experience with Kate at Capitol. She's fantastic. And just other people to just like hit up and just be personable with. And it's like, it's such a small thing for you to do, but it goes such a long way.
Yeah.
Just saying like, oh, like they post a picture of their child, or they post a picture of whatever, something important to them beyond the music, and you're like, oh man, like your daughter's so beautiful, your son, like, you know, how old is he, like, you know, when was he born, you know. And it's just like the little things like that where they're just like, oh, you're not just trying to say you'll send my beats to whoever. Like, it's those little things where you think it makes no difference, but really it makes a huge difference.
I pulled like not a scheme, I was gonna say scheme, but it's not a scheme.
Fraudulent behavior detected.
I just no, I basically got a bunch of songs together in this certain style that I knew this one person really loved. And I knew I was going to see them. So I was about 15, I think it was the first or second time I went to Miami, and my brother scored us backstage passes to Ultra. I was like, fucking sick. This is going to be amazing. I'm going to meet everyone. Blah, blah, blah.
Sick, dude.
And I knew that the actor, Ansel Elgort,
oh, I love Ansel,
was going to be performing.
He's so hot.
He's hot. He's a babe.
So
so he was gonna be performing on the main stage, and I knew that he liked this certain type of music, this like Kreider, Tom Starr, two old school DJs. I made a bunch of tracks in that style, and then once he walked off the stage, he got swarmed by girls,
of course,
obviously. So I found his girlfriend, and his girlfriend was standing a little bit away, and I just like chatted her up for a bit. Yeah, and I like hung with her, and then like we walked back to his trailer. Like I walked back to his trailer with her, or like his like artist area. And then he catches up with us, and he's like, "Oh, hey, Violetta, what's up? How's it going?" And then I was like, "Oh, hey man, I'm Nick." And he's like, "Oh, hey, nice to meet you. How'd you like the set?" I was like, "It was great." And I mentioned a song that he played by one of those guys that he loved, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, oh my god, like that's like an unreleased one, like it's gonna be super sick, like I'm gonna put that out, blah, blah, blah."
Wow.
I was like, awesome. I was like, yo, listen, get my Twitter, let's chat. I want to send you some stuff because I have some stuff in that same style. And that was all planned in my head. Got his Twitter, sent him some stuff. Next thing I knew, I'm on Skype with him every day while he's shooting fucking Baby Driver.
No way.
He's in his trailer Skyping me. We're working on music over Skype. And then 2 months after that, right before my birthday, he goes, "Yo, why don't you come out to New York for a week and we'll just hang?" And I was like, he's like, "We'll hang and make music." I was like, "Okay." So I go to New York. My parents fly me to New York on my like birthday money.
Of course.
That was my birthday gift.
Classic.
I get to the airport. He picks me up. We drive 2 hours to like his dad's house, like his dad's cottage in the Hamptons.
Jesus.
And me and him and his whole family are there for a week.
It's just you and him and his family.
It's me and Ansel and his family.
Was his girlfriend there?
No.
So you guys were just like
hanging
as if you were old friends.
Yeah, and like the whole plan was to go there and make a bunch of music. We didn't make one single song.
You were just chilling.
We literally just chilled the whole time. We watched movies. We went to the beach. We went to like the local pizza spot, all this stuff. But like now, like after just planning something so little to like talk to him.
Wow.
Now I have like a lifetime friend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's
incredible.
That's the power of like just do like 5 minutes of research.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That is so important.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a great story. Mm-hmm. I feel like Owen Wilson right now. Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. So I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, like social media can be used in such a variety. Like when it comes down to this, there's no formula.
No.
You know, like everyone has a different journey.
For sure. You have a different way of talking to people than I do.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Like we already talked about it.
Yeah.
But I have a different way, you'll have a different way, Mike will have a different way, you know, all of these guys have a different way of talking to people, and as long as you make it work for you and what's, you know, makes sense for you, you'll succeed.
I want to add one thing that I do not like. Is the guy that's too cool that's in the studio that he shouldn't be there.
What are you talking about?
Like you're at a studio. Someone comes along,
Okay.
trying to give you some beats.
Okay.
Here, listen to my stuff, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they're just like too cool.
They're like, yeah, whatever, man. Take a listen. I don't
Yeah,
really care.
whatever. I don't like whatever here. Made
If you
these.
like it, cool. If not, screw you.
Yeah, like exactly.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
You just gotta. You gotta have the right attitude.
Yeah.
When you're somewhere
And listen, when those people come along, I kill them with kindness. Always.
Of course, you
I'm
have
never
to.
gonna be a dickbag.
No.
But like, it's such a thing where I'm just like, you're not.
You just have
I
to
don't want to
recognize the situation and know what makes the most out of it.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 times people respond well to you being friendly to them
Yeah.
versus you coming up and like regards to anybody, like anybody comes up to you, doesn't matter if you're in the studio or not.
Mhm.
10 out of 10 times in my experience, people will respond so much better if you're just nice to them.
Yeah.
If you just like say something nice, like, hey man, like nice shoes or whatever. Anyways, check out my beats. Like,
Yeah.
don't make it that obvious, but like say
Yeah.
something. Be like,
Hey man, you have really beautiful eyes. Why don't you listen to my beats?
hey man, I just get lost in your big blue eyes. Look like oceans. Anyways, here's
right.
some beats. So yeah, I mean, there's arguments to be made on both sides of things: traveling, not traveling, social media, good, bad, etc.
Mm.
I hope that we were able to shed a little bit of light.
That was a social media episode.
That was social media.
We're always open to more questions and suggestions.
Yep.
So you can hit our Instagram and Twitter at Thoughts in Stereo.
Yep.
Thank you. Where can they find you?
Where can they find me at Bijan Amir, BIJANAMIR? I said that so fast. On Instagram.
And I'm at Nick Enriquez on Instagram.
But you guys already know that. I want to thank you, Matt, who produces the show.
Yeah.
Got
us to episode 10.
Got us to episode 10. It's a huge achievement if these ever come out, which of course they will. Mars Studio, shout out Mars Studio, where we've been doing these. Shout out Matt, editor, producer, all that fun stuff. We have not given him enough credit on the show, and we're going to start doing that more. So appreciate you, Matt. He's right off to the side here. He's crying right now. I can see a tear coming down his eye.
Matt's always just laughing.
Yeah, he's just always. If you ever hear like the,
if you ever hear a faraway laugh,
that's Matt.
That's Matt.
That's our main producer, you could say. So yeah, thanks for listening, and catch you guys next week. Peace. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Take care.